Bonsoir. Altesse royale, au nom de Stand Speak Rise Up, du conseil d'administration, du comité de scientifiques, de tous les membres de l'association, ceux qui sont présents ici et ceux qui n'ont pas pu être là, dont Stéphane Bern, nous voulions vous remercier chaleureusement de nous accueillir ici ce soir pour cet événement qui nous honore tous, cette distinction qui nous honore tous et pour une cause qui nous intéresse tous. Et là, je vais prendre mon petit papier parce que je laisse la parole à son Excellence Madame la Secrétaire Générale Adjointe des Nations Unies, représentante spéciale du Secrétaire Général sur les violences sexuelles liées au conflit et dernièrement directrice exécutive par intérim de l'ONU Femmes, mais surtout notre chère amie Pramila Patten.
Good evening, Your Royal Highness, the Grand Duke and the Grand Duchess, Royal Highnesses, President of the Parliament, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Secretary General of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Thank you for gathering here this evening to help shine a spotlight on a subject that has been called history's greatest silence and the world's least condemned crime, the scourge of conflict-related sexual violence. This is a crime that is difficult and in many parts of the world, dangerous to openly address. Throughout history, it has been the crime of war that no world leader wanted to confront. Rather than face this painful truth, which lays bare the horrors and human cost of conflict, it was shrouded in a conspiracy of silence, dismissed as an inevitable byproduct of war, the spoils of the conqueror, or mere collateral damage. As a result, the perpetrators were shielded from justice, and the survivors were sidelined. The plight and rights of women were accordingly omitted from official records of war and peace. Yet today, we are here in the knowledge that nothing in human history can be changed that is not confronted. In that spirit, Her Royal Highness, the Grand Duchess Maria Theresa, has refused to shy away from the harsh reality of women's bodies being used as part of the battlefield. She has refused to turn a blind eye to the countless cases that go uncounted and unaccounted for. She has recognized that silence kills, stigma kills. Shame, isolation, abandonment, and untreated trauma shatter lives and livelihoods. Her Royal Highness reminds us that every survivor counts. She has sounded the alarm that indignation is not enough, and inaction is not an option when innocent lives are at stake. Chère Maria, c'est une noble cause à laquelle vous adhérez. Je vous félicite d'avoir choisi pour mission la lutte contre les violences sexuelles liées au conflit. Et merci de me soutenir dans mon combat contre les violences sexuelles, qui est un combat contre l'impunité, et de prêter votre voix à ce plaidoyer. La violence sexuelle dans les conflits, qu'elle soit à l'égard des hommes, ou des femmes, des filles ou des garçons, est inacceptable. Le silence doit être brisé. Nous ne pouvons pas rester indifférents quand une cruauté aussi répandue est infligée à des innocents. Today we gather because we know that these crimes and their perpetrators must be kept in the spotlight of international scrutiny. Equally, the survivors must be seen by their societies, their neighbors, and their governments as the holders of rights that will ultimately be respected and enforced. Instead of standing by as lives are broken by silence, it is time to stand up for survivors and empower them to break the walls of silence that surround them. This starts with knowing they are not alone. As advocates, it is our sacred duty to remind the world that these crimes attack our collective conscience and our common humanity. I am here in Luxembourg to honor the conviction and commitment so powerfully demonstrated in word and deed by a leading advocate of this cause, Her Royal Highness the Grand Duchess, and to launch a new chapter in our collaboration. This builds upon my last official visit to Luxembourg in March 2019 to participate in a landmark international forum hosted by Her Royal Highness as part of her signature initiative known as Stand, Speak, Rise Up to End Sexual Violence in Fragile Environments. This was no ordinary forum. It was an exercise in empathy, solidarity, and in giving survivors center stage to be heard by policymakers and members of the donor and diplomatic community. It exemplified the survivor-centered approach, which I have also made a priority of my mandate since I took office in 2017, by ensuring that first-hand, frontline perspectives inform the search for solutions. The reflections and debate at the 2019 forum were centered on and shaped by the experience of survivors to enhance their influence in global decision-making. This forum, which brought together over 1,200 participants, including 50 survivors of wartime sexual violence, marked the beginning, not the end, of the Stand, Speak, Rise Up initiative. It has since become an association that funds tangible projects in conflict-affected settings. For instance, in 2020, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, through the Fondation du Grand-Duc et de la Grande-Duchesse, funding was provided to a project aimed to economically empower survivors of gender-based violence in Somalia. And this project has provided more than 40 survivors with skills training and startup funds to initiate income generation schemes. Altesse Royale, en tant que nouvelle voix sur la scène, vous avez les moyens de changer la vie des milliers de femmes et de filles. Je vous félicite de l'audace dont vous faites preuve en cherchant à attirer l'attention politique sur la question et à agir concrètement en faveur d'une approche centrée sur les survivantes les plus exclues et les plus vulnérables. Her Royal Highness has long been a staunch supporter of women's economic empowerment, girls' education, and the use of innovative microcredit tools to fight the feminization of poverty, including in her capacity as a UNICEF eminent advocate since 2007 and a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador since 1997. She has helped to make visible the invisible roots of violence, namely discrimination, harmful social norms and stereotypes, and systems built on gender-based asymmetries of power. It is clear that women can have no physical security without economic security. It is also clear that violence begins in the mind, and we must demobilize the misogynistic mindset that breed extremism and normalize gender-based violence. Chère Maria, en utilisant votre plateforme de Grande Duchesse comme voix des sans-voix, vous pouvez lutter contre des préjugés profondément enracinés en vous opposant à la stigmatisation de ces groupes vulnérables. Je sais que la presse présente ici cet après-midi vous posera certainement la question « Mais pourquoi ce combat ?» C'est d'ailleurs aussi la question que je vous ai posée quand on s'est rencontrés pour la première fois aux Pays-Bas en 2018. Et chère Maria, je me souviendrai toujours de votre réponse, qui fut une citation de Madame Eleanor Roosevelt, première dame des États-Unis, qui a aussi été une championne infatigable de diverses causes de justice sociale et qui avait dit « Rester à l'écart n'est pas une solution, c'est une lâche évasion ». This evening, it's my great honor and pleasure, on behalf of the United Nations and my office, to name Her Royal Highness Maria Theresa a global champion for the fight against sexual violence in conflict. I extend this nomination in tribute to the commitment and dynamism with which she has taken up this cause and worked to accelerate action. She is a true humanitarian who has always made the choice of service. As global champion, Her Royal Highness will dedicate particular attention to the critical issue of improving service delivery for survivors. She will lend her voice for enhanced resourcing for comprehensive quality service provision as part of efforts to foster an enabling environment in which survivors can safely come forward to report violations and seek justice, reparations, and redress. Too often, survivors are twice victimized, once by the crime itself and again by the system that fails to respond. Too often, this crime turns innocent victims into social outcasts, and too often the perpetrators walk free while the survivors walk in fear. As war grinds on, they grind down the hopes of entire generations, including children born of rape. My office has been mandated to produce a special report on this subject to address the neglect and knowledge gap that hampers our response. And Her Royal Highness has also devoted specific attention to this voiceless category of war victims who risk being relegated to the shadows of society, marginalized, undocumented, and sometimes left stateless. That is the challenge before us, and I have no doubt that Her Royal Highness will help us to rise to this challenge with her characteristic combination of passion and compassion. Chère Maria, je n'ai aucun doute que vous saurez défendre les causes qui comptent le plus pour vous. Et permettez-moi de vous dire qu'avec votre personnalité unique, vos convictions et vos compétences, vous disposez d'une capacité unique à inspirer le changement et à défendre les droits de toutes ces victimes de violences sexuelles qui sont socialement marginalisées. Vous êtes motivé par votre optimisme quant au fait que des changements peuvent se produire. Et la violence sexuelle liée au conflit n'est pas un phénomène inévitable de la guerre. Elle n'est jamais un accident. Elle est évitable pour ces personnes vulnérables. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, my office launched the Global Champions for Change initiative in October 2019 to mark the 10-year anniversary of the creation of my mandate by the United Nations Security Council. Building a circle of champions will expand the constituency for action, mobilize greater media attention and public awareness, as well as opening doors and unblocking political impasse. Within their respective regions, sectors, and spheres of influence, the champions will help to generate political resolve and resources to meet the scale of the challenge. La collaboration est une force vitale pour le changement. Et chère Maria, votre podium de grande duchesse est un catalyseur du changement. Tonight, I would also like to acknowledge a very special person, Mr. Martin Chungong, Secretary General of the Interparliamentary Union, a global champion whom I nominated last June. I'm grateful, Martin, that you kindly agreed to join us this evening. Mr. Chun Gong was nominated as a global champion in recognition of his important work in the promotion of gender equality. Secretary General Chun Gong is using his platform and influence to activate parliamentarians, particularly those in countries affected by conflict, to strengthen domestic legislation so that survivors have a firm and comprehensive foundation for seeking justice. In this effort to end the reign of impunity and indifference, we are only as strong as our partnership. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Slowly but surely, we are expanding the circle of champions, allies, and stakeholders. Slowly but surely, we are matching commitments with compliance and resolutions with solutions and resources. Your Royal Highness, in these disconnected days of lockdowns and remote working arrangements, I am delighted to be here in person to bestow this honor upon you. The pandemic has made clear that in this era, our destiny is shared. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, I am proud to stand alongside Her Royal Highness Maria Theresa in rising up to consign this atrocity to the history books once and for all. Moving forward, we will join hands and join forces in a concerted effort to co-create solutions with survivors and to build, as one survivor wrote in the digital book I launched in June, a world without sexual violence and injustice. Altesse Royale, j'ai le grand plaisir, au nom des Nations Unies et de mon bureau, de vous décerner une distinction d'honneur et d'excellence en vous désignant comme championne globale pour la lutte contre les violences sexuelles liées au conflit. Merci.